Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio. Net Radio.
Well, look who it is. It's the whining queen of the soca. Everybody want come hold her. Whining queen of the soca. Lord, she want me know. Hey, check her now. Whining up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now. Bouncing up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now. Whining up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now. Bouncing up the bam bam. Head, shoulder, knees, move over. She ain't nothing easy, so get ready for the teacher. Lights done flick for the camera, crowd of people front and center. The video man done shaking enough, he ain't seen none yet. She only want me know. Hey, check her now, winding up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, bouncing up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, winding up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, bouncing up the bam bam. Well, all she need is soca. She don't need no opener. When she start to broke it down, the whole party turn over. One look to the left like ready. Backside nice and heavy. Bounce it, bounce it. She just stick, oh girl keep on want me know. Hey, check her now, winding up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, bouncing up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, winding up the body, want me know. Hey, check her now, bouncing up the bam bam. Body goes, she a beast, she a boss. If you know, then you know. Body clean, body on, body goes, she a beast, she a boss. If you know, then you know. Wait, come and let me ask you a question, darling. I like how your backside falling. You come like rain in the morning. All on the ground like drip, drop, drip, drop, drop. Darling, I like how your backside falling. Come like rain
Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
And of course, we do all that we can to make sure we start your day very right here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago. Neighbors in the Caribbean, friends who stream all around the globe. Check her now. Good morning to you, and of course, thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate your company. I want to say much thanks to the Heavenly Father, as always, for bringing us together for another day. And all that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing, honor to you. And as my good friend Corey Pascal will say, only don't let that man pass out. You see that man this morning that getting so much trouble? Let him go. And there's a jumpy that is coming here every now and then. Go your way. Dear people, good morning. Sir Charles, that is me. Happy am I to be in your company this morning. And of course, it's a very special place to be as we go into the weekend. People, this is the Get Up and Go. Welcome everybody to your breakfast show.
Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Good morning to our listeners and viewers wherever you are across planet Earth, and welcome to the breakfast show this morning, coming to you live out of Trinidad and Tobago. It is Friday. The weekend has begun. So put a smile on your face whatever you're doing. If you're skipping work today, if you're tired, if you're sleeping because it's out to go to bed because it's close to that time wherever you are, if you're now getting up or if you're getting breakfast, whatever the hell you're doing, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to my co-hosts, Wendell and Sir Charles.
Good morning, guys. If I cannot jump in this morning, I don't know what it is this morning.
I totally agree with you. There's a little
Good. 10 to 6, boy? Nah.
I'm not even going to continue with this laptop. I'm going to switch to my phone. Have me excuse.
I tell you, the jump is strong this morning.
There was some technical hiccups this morning, but we're here. It's Friday, a wonderful Friday morning so far, at least. And of course, it's the weekend. We already know what's happening this weekend. Theater is on this weekend. Yep, we are. Of course, your Dolly Fowl to watch Corn is on this weekend at Cipriani College. We're finally in Cipriani College. You've called and we have answered. We're finally in Cipriani College Saturday, which is tomorrow at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. Of course, tickets are available at the Cipriani College box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Get your tickets early. Tickets are also available at all the usual outlets, K-Squared Fashions in West Mall, Eastgates, and Brentwood Mall, Jubilee Railway in Tunapuna, Champlain Auto Services in Champlain, naturally, and Tony's Florals in Valpark Shopping Plaza, for those of you in that area, and of course, in Arima, at Electronics in Arima. So you can get your tickets there, but you know all of this already. And of course, you can also purchase your tickets online. You can check RSRR Productions Theatre online for all of your further information. But a big good morning to you, Friday. Oh, we love a Friday. We love a weekend on this show. And it's going to be a fantastic day. Of course, Wendell is back, I think.
Yes, I am back.
Yeah,
I am back. I'm forced to use my phone. Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe.
All right, well, I suppose at this point we can get straight into our good news because, we always start with some good news of some sort. So let's go to some good news for today.
As a people, we are of many races and of mixed origins, descendants of the African, the Spanish, Indian, Chinese, English, and the Portuguese. A people living together as one. We take a positive interest in the affairs of our country. In answer to a call to support the demand for independence, we turned out in our thousands to march as only Trinidadians can. Thousands of us, eager to demonstrate publicly our readiness for self-determination. And not even the heavy tropical showers could dampen our enthusiasm. At Independence Square, we assembled around the memorial to one of the great sons of our country, Captain Arthur Andrew Cipriani, who from his earliest days had dedicated his life to the service of the people and the achievement of self-rule. A significant page in our history was written in 1960, when, with the departure of Sir Edward Beetham, one of our own, Sir Solomon Hochoy, became governor. By now, our government was insisting on independent representation in all major issues affecting the territory. Federation, of course, and the negotiations for a new treaty with the Americans on the Chaguaramas base. With the emphasis on the provision of higher education, the Imperial College of Tropical Agriculture at St. Augustine became a branch of the University of the West Indies. Another important achievement was the acquisition by the government of the national airline, British West Indian Airways. Recognizing the importance of external representation, the government opened the country's first overseas office, the Trinidad and Tobago London office, with Sir Larry Constantine as commissioner. This office, intended to represent Trinidad and Tobago to the investor and the tourist, became the nucleus of a High Commission. But it was after the 1961 general elections that new heights were reached. Our country attained full internal self-government with an elected House of Representatives and a Senate. Thus, in May 1962, final talks on Trinidad and Tobago's independence opened at historic Marlborough House in London, with the then Secretary of State, Mr. Reginald Maudley, in the chair.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome here today the delegates of Trinidad and Tobago.
The conference agreed on 8th June that Trinidad and Tobago should become independent on 31st August 1962, and that it wished to be accepted as a member of the Commonwealth.
Just a look back in time, I think that was pulled from government archival records, but I got it from Dominic Caliprasad's stream. He does a lot of historical uploads on his Instagram and Facebook, or Facebook. So I pulled it from that, just a look back in history of what 1962 was and how 1962 came about in terms of our independence. A little bit of our good news back in time there for you. So that was our good news for today.
Yeah. Sorry. You know what? I wonder, whose voice is that they use for all those things? Who was that person who would have voiced almost all of those videos or archival things? It's the same voice that comes up. Yeah. Whose voice would it have been in back in the day?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't around in 1962.
Of course you would.
That could be, boy.
I wasn't.
Okay.
62?
1962, I wasn't around. I wasn't even sperm.
Was that 62?
I was pre-1962. That was 1962 or 63, I guess. But the archival, going through what happened, I assume it's 1962.
Okay.
I don't know who the voice would be. You could ask somebody like Zena.
But Zena might have been too old then too.
No, should have been a young girl skipping through the streets.
Skipping.
Yeah, you can ask Mr. Patrick. You know, Mr. Patrick was in everything, so Mr. Patrick might have been that walk.
Mr. Patrick will know. Mr. Patrick will know.
would have been everything. You know, he in everything.
And our international correspondent, Ron DeSantis Jr., he probably would know too.
Yeah.
And our Washington correspondent, Chris Tousse. All of them was wrong, you know. Little boys running around the place.
If that might be Jones P or one of them guys.
Nah, that's not Jones.
Nah, that's not someone like
No,
that.
it's not him. I just said, you know.
Yeah.
I know the names, so I can't really say, you know.
I know, who used to do a lot of those things? Hans Hanuman sing, but I don't think that's his voice.
It sounds like Hans either.
No.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get my birthdays out of the way. Glynis Golden, Trevor Fraser, Justin. Hey, today's Justin Woodley's birthday. Happy birthday, Justin. Alicia Lamont, Felicia Valenzuela. You remember her, Richard?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Where she's located now?
Every now and then she would tag me in something.
She was from Guyana.
Yeah. She was from Guyana, but I think she's still in Trinidad doing media. She was a journalist. She was pretty good. She helped me a lot when I went back up for elections in 2013. She was doing a lot of blogs for me. Richard, you remember upstairs in the tea room, Richard?
Mm-hmm.
She would come and she would film it and she would make it. She just did that as a favor to me, you know. Good morning and happy birthday, Felicia. And of course, it's also the birthday of one of our ardent fans who sent birthday greetings to his wife just the other day. That's all, Robert. Robert Fraser. Today is his birthday. All right? I think he would have sent birthday greetings to his wife recently. Is this the Robert Fraser I'm thinking about? It's somebody else. This is somebody in Tobago, actually. You know? And I was thinking of Robert Harper, but it's Robert Fraser's birthday today. All right. So those
are very far from each other, right?
No, I don't know why the person also looked like Robert Harper, who I know as Robert Harper. This Robert Fraser also resembles Robert Harper, you know. But so those are all my birthday celebrations for today. What else you want to know? I have to use my phone to click on the comments. Are we ready for comments or the greedy people in the chat?
I don't think we close off the good news.
I did.
You did?
What? Well, today. I did.
Yeah, he did.
You play back the thing on everything? I missed that?
Yes, I did. I did all of that.
Take a walk. Whoever this is, take a walk. Open that door. Open that door this morning.
All right, so let's greet all people in the stream. Hopefully, we're streaming live on Gael this morning. So welcome to our Gael viewers. I don't know if you checked, Wendell.
No, I didn't check, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I give up. Okay, I just focus on other things sometimes in the morning.
Hey.
You don't mind, right?
You do whatever you want. You're an independent person, so, you know. You have control over yourself, so do what you want.
You know, the sad part about it is that when I go to comments, I can't actually see what's showing on the screen, right?
But you see it when it comes up on your screen.
No, I can't. I'm seeing the comments, but I can't see you all or myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So Michael Mapp came in at 10:11 p.m. last night. It's Friday. Greetings in advance, guys. That's Michael Mapp. Joyce Phillip, top of the morning, guys. Valerie Mendoza, good morning. Suzanne Jessup, of course, said greetings from Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma. Brennan Smith, thank God it's Friday. Boy Bidesi from Debe. Margaret Thomas. Michael Cadet. Robert Taylor. You see, we have so many Roberts now, right? Erica Charles, Mo Gaines, top of the morning, Anne Noel from Oshawa in Ontario, DL Friday finally, good morning, Diane Payne, Donna Ramlu-chan, Wendy Ann, and Frank. Wendy Ann with Frank. How you do? Well, you include Frank in the greetings this morning. What's going on there? So you want to talk about it?
Want to get into people's business now?
That's why the internet always getting jammed.
Yes, you want to get into people's business.
I just pick up on things fast, you know. You see, when showing, anytime you miss Juliet, I know you're in trouble. Anytime you don't mention Juliet, Rita Jennings, Carol Guevara, Eunice Dublin, Alan Motley.
Wendell just read messages and the code was how people writing, you know, according to how you write, he doesn't know.
Of course, and Norris Ferguson, I don't know why he not putting Norris on Laurie. You need to start putting Norris on Laurie. Yeah. I know some of them business, you know.
And you don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Debbie Modest, Trinidad Margot, Yvette Scipio, that's a new name. Sherwin, you see Sherwin, and Juliet Kerr, you see that? Look at it.
Good morning, Sherwin and Juliet.
The oldest Odell Guy, Sherba Paul, Wayne Ramsey, Carol Guevara, warming up, winding up the. So Charles, who sings that tune that you just played there?
What was my name, boy?
Is that local tune?
No, out here of Barbados or one of those islands, Adamo.
Okay. All right. I don't know the tune at all. David McCarthy, Alistair Hart, Helen Prescott, Ava Smith says, blessed morning. Apollonius also says, good morning and have a beautiful weekend. Bernadette Yates, Bernadette and Nelicia, morning Nelicia. Diane Payne says, I love my country. Donna Ramluchan, send that to Kirk. What is that? Julia Batiste, Joanne Cyrus, Richard Jeremiah. Hi, Richard, how you going? Sankofa says, bountiful graces. What a long way we have come as a nation. All right. I saw a video of the first black flight attendant for BWIA before it became our national airline. Nice. Wendy Ann says that sounds like an English accent. You see the person who's talking sounds like an English accent. Hilary Zan, Nazir Ali. Robert Harper says, good morning. Robert, I thought Robert Fraser was you this morning. My apologies. Ambrose Blah from New York. David Ware said, Ed Fung. You're right, David Ware. Ed Fung also narrated many government programs.
What's this guy named Bobby? Some kind of thing. That a Bobby
Thomas. He was a pilot. He was
also in media too.
Yes, you're right. They say he used to come to work and in a short pants, you know, with a jacket and tie to read the news, you know. They say he used to wear short pants, you know, and nobody knew, you know, because he was on TV. I always heard that about him.
I wear a short pants. What was your point?
I wear a short pants now. Sometimes, anyway. Carol Guevara.
Talk.
Carol Guevara says, birthday blessings to you, Alicia Lamont. The Lamont family is a family that goes way back. Their father was actually a priest. He was an Anglican priest. I'm sure it's the same family.
Some families don't go way back.
Sorry?
Some families don't go way back.
No, I'm speaking specifically about the Lamont family. I think it's the same family that I knew. His father was a tall, dark man, I remember it. And he was an Anglican priest. I think I remember that far back. That's childhood days, eh? Morning, gentlemen. I am an Independence baby, but was 4 days late. He did say that. That's Chris too, sir. Wendy Ann says Gael is on now. David Wares also says we are on. Sir Charles, I can sign out for the weekend. Arizan gave you some fatigue. Wendell, I was a little boy running around with no pants. That's Rod DeSantis. I know he would have been around. Gavin Frank, Maria Cellier, Gideon Hanuman Singh. Wasn't Gideon? No, Gideon was the son, man, or brother. Hans was the older one. Hans passed away recently, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Subash says, good morning, everyone from Woodland. When Diane put him in my place, said I should automatically include Frank's name by now. I do. James Kamau, Grand Rising, Brent Hacksaw, Robert Harper versus Fraser. Good morning from Lincoln. Lincoln is in Atlanta now. Lincoln, we're moving around the world. Bobby Thomas, thanks Kazim Mohammed. That was his name, Sir Charles. Bobby Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephen Kerr confirmed that. That is not Ed Farnsworth. Wendell, could you please wish my granddaughter Anya Amo Brampton? She turns 6 today. Happy birthday from Grandma Ann Noel and family. So happy birthday to Anya Amo Brampton.
Happy birthday, Anya.
Yeah, man. 6 years old today. Don't forget, folks, this weekend gonna be hot. The hottest fall talk show is on with Richard, Rumbox, and St. James, Sappy Sunday with St. Charles. All that is Susan Jessup doing what she does best, of course. Estelita Sampson says good morning. GL says, since we never see Sir Charles, I wonder what his dress mode. Sir Charles, what do you have on now?
You know what?
Very...
Yeah, when you finish,
that's talking like them kind of food girls. What you wearing?
Yeah. People don't ask me. I'm kind of we have one now. When anybody asks me that want to come over,
what you wearing?
Like DL, who had his T's and say DL stands for Donglu. DL actually is like he or she want to come over. Yes, thanks for understanding this, Junior. That was that part. Lyndon says good morning all. Magic also says grand rising to the breakfast show. Jaron Joseph, good morning. I wish Miss Beckles a very happy birthday today. Who Miss Beckles? Penelope Beckles? Today's her birthday?
You don't know?
No, I didn't know. You know that?
You don't know?
No, I absolutely don't know. I assume it's Penelope Beckles he's talking about, though.
Yeah.
All right. RJ says good morning. Alicia and Empule Edwards, those are new names. Good morning to the midwives at Mount Hope Hospital, Nurse Sween, Alexander, Salcedo, and Edwards. All right. So morning, Alicia and Empule Edwards. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. Also, Dale Kohler Singh. Thanks for reminding me, David.
Yeah, that's another
David, you don't sound like an old man. You're not old, but you just have a good memory and good history for these people, boy. You do.
Dale Kohler Singh, boy.
Dale Kohler Singh. I remember him with heavy glasses on every morning, reading the news. Yeah, that's very thick glasses. Kenny in Harlem says good morning. Donna Ramlochan, Mr. Bobby Thomas was also a flight examiner. He drove an RX-7. Oh, all right, Donna. Text me, Sir Charles. Alicia and Mpule Edwards, midwives, help people out, of course. Jaron Joseph is confirming it is Mrs. Beckles Robinson, Penelope Beckles Robinson, baby. Well, there you go. Jaron, okay, right. RJ, can we discuss the URP dismissal? Well, we polled it yesterday, actually, RJ. I don't know if you missed that. Google said that today is the 12th of September is indeed Miss Beckles' birthday. So happy birthday, Penelope Beckles Robinson, the leader of the opposition and, of course, the political leader of the People's National Movement.
Yeah, happy birthday, Penelope Beckles Robinson. Yes. She answered and we could tell her happy birthday.
Let's call her. Sir Charles?
Yeah, no problem.
Call her. Yeah, let's call Mrs. Beckles Robinson and wish her happy birthday. What do you have? I remember she was her very first interview when she assumed the position was with us on the breakfast show. So no reason why we can't wish her happy birthday. I don't know if she would want to hear me talk about Coleman Burdue. That piece of stupidness he talk there whenever he talk.
Are you going to badger Coleman Burdue, a senior member of your party?
I'm not bad talking him, but I want to know.
We're not bad talking. That way you just say you don't want to hear what you have to say about Coleman Burdue. So that what that implies to any logical
anybody who knows me knows what I think about Coleman Burdue. But for Coleman Burdue to come now, he Coleman Burdue like he forget he was the chairman of the party and he forget he was a deputy political leader. Like people forgetting that they held positions in the government under Dr. Keith Rowley. So you blame him now, the leadership of the PNM for where we are now. You serious? Are you serious?
We finished with the greetings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but just before we get into all the back, let me just say hello to some people on the WhatsApp now. All right. So Frank out there in Aruka, good morning to you. Mr. Billy, good morning to you and the folks in Powder Magazine. Far Rockaway, good morning. Cynthia Aaron in Atlanta, good morning. Mr. Beeps in Maraval, good morning. Debbie, good morning to you. Ron DeSantis is here also. Kenwin, good morning. Terry Ann Peters, good morning to you. Kent in Laventille. Nita out there in Las Vegas, good day to you. And Carol, I want to wish you all the best today. Horatio, good morning to you. Zena, good morning. Chris, good morning to you. And Brenda in Pinal, good morning to you also. So we're going to take that break and come back.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Pay $1 down on higher purchase plans at Furniture Plus. Enjoy fast approval, low interest rates, and up to 36 months financing. Retirees, self-employed, and permanent employees apply today. Buy now, pay later with Furniture Plus credit plans. Conditions apply.
You don't default to watch Corn. The biggest comedy of 2025 now comes to Cipriani College for 2 nights only on Saturday the 13th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 14th at 6:30 p.m.
This is the best play ever. I couldn't stop laughing.
Tickets available at usual outlets and at Cipriani College 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily.
This show nearly made me pee myself. It was fantastic.
The best show you will see this year.
You don't leave foul to watch Corn. All right, then we go straight to Wendell with the Express for this morning. Wendell?
Yes. Today, of course, is Friday, September 12th, 2025, just in case you didn't know. Tragedy at Kent House. Officer dies from bullet to the head. And that is a tragedy because at first there were reports that he had committed suicide, but they have since reported that the bullet didn't come from his gun. Apparently, it came from his colleague's gun. And his colleague is now hospitalized, totally traumatized. When I read that story this morning, if you don't mind me just touching a bit on it, it's a very sad story. But I don't know how do people come up with the theory that they are accustomed playing with the guns inside of the boot? That's what I'm reading. They are accustomed playing with the guns.
Somebody make that statement now.
My God, and they wrote it. They are accustomed playing. Who knows that? Who could possibly say something like that? Anyway, so condolences to the young man. I think it's PC Jamal Charles who lost his life. Venezuelan Vice President issues warning to Trinidad and Tobago, and that's Delcina Rodriguez. Roti shop worker gunned down in Chase Village. Muslim prison officers win dollars in bear rights case. Everything we're going to court now for, and everything you had to fight for, but I'm happy that they would have won that matter, because Muslim people wear beards. Everybody wearing a beard these days, as a matter of fact. Beard is the intent. Coast Guard officers, you see them with beard. Somebody, anyway. NGC and sponsorship.
And litigation is important in, establishing the lines.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. And so I'm happy that they won that matter. NGC ends sponsorship of Cuba Joylanders Steel Orchestra. You remember somebody hinted that yesterday? And we said, but yes. I think it's Valerie Mendoza who said that she had heard that. Well, it's confirmed now. NGC has ended their sponsorship of Cuba Joylanders. I wonder why. So those are some of the stories trending in today's Express.
All right, the news day for today, and I'll just go through some of the trending stories. Insurance firm to pay ex-MD 2.1 million pension house in retirement. Pension and house in retirement. Government committee to tackle cybersecurity and AI fraud. OWTU government will improve energy sector working conditions. DCP Benjamin, sharp decline in crime as SOE nears end. Rescued Cal pilots, family, thanks police and members of the public. Dr. Celia Letron resigns as Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what the story is in that, but she did resign. And I'm not too sure who the replacement is. That wasn't really clear yesterday. Business owner, 31, gunned down in food outlet. And that's basically... okay. That's basically the trending headlines in the news day. Over to you in the Guardian, Sir Charles.
Okay, so URP fights back, and this is the Guardian we're talking about. URP fight back. PNM set to sue government over firing of 400 workers. PNM pretending to care for workers is Tanku. Beckles questions PM's love for people after dismissals. Cop families shot with a colleague. Got fatally shot with colleague's gun at local government ministry. Dowdat cautions parents, teachers after fight in schools. Education minister orders probe into alleged bullying by teacher. And parents call for police at Arima North after student-teacher fight. Some of the stories in today's newspaper. Let me also say happy birthday to Margaret Thomas, who's celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Will not be here, so I want to wish you an early birthday greeting tomorrow. And Margaret, have a great day.
Okay, good. I saw a video yesterday too of a man who looked like a parent walking up and slapping a young boy. I don't know if you all saw that.
Yeah, boy.
And telling him do interfere with his son or something of the sort. And it appeared to be some sort of school, some sort of parent taking revenge for his son or something. So I don't know if you all saw that. People losing it, you know. People forget everything is being filmed now. They're losing it because you're gonna be jailed, you're gonna get arrested and charged. You understand?
Yeah, that's assault.
Lord. Oh God, people are losing it. Say what? So those are all our stories. I guess we could take some calls.
Yeah. But you read up the story about the vice president of Venezuela warning Trinidad and Tobago, Ghana, and the US too for for raising, I suppose, the conflict tensions in the area. And how we end up here, how Trinidad and Tobago is into that mess.
Why?
Well, we know how. But what happens if things escalate? And because how trustworthy are the Americans to stay in the area? I don't know. And how trustworthy are they to come to your defense? I don't know. You want to believe that they're trustworthy, but under the current administration, Europe's confidence in that trust has been rattled in terms of some of the things that the current administration has said and done. So if Venezuela planes were to fly over and God forbid drop a bomb somewhere in Trinidad, I'm just saying, how can we respond? We don't have the capacity to respond.
No.
So take down the damn rhetoric. Take it down.
I was chatting with someone yesterday and I told them, And I said, I don't know if you realize you haven't been hearing much from Nicholas Maduro lately, right? I don't know if they feel he's sitting down just waiting and twiddling with his thumbs to see what America does, you know. He is planning and plotting, you know.
Well, we don't know. And I mean, Americans have sophisticated intelligence gathering machinery. So they can answer that question, I guess.
So you're saying that they could go and get him without firing a single bullet?
How did I say that? I said
I'm
said
being,
that they have sophisticated intelligence gathering capability.
I'm being sarcastic.
So they they will know what I guess is happening. They have satellite.
That's
access.
what he doing.
They can see what is taking place on the ground in terms of troops.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh. They could see what he doing in Trinidad right next up. They could see what he plotting and planning here.
But I'm sure they have people inside of there also.
Inside of it?
Right there in Venezuela.
They have intelligence gathering capabilities. That's what I'm saying.
Hey. See,
and their intelligence gathering capabilities is more sophisticated than ours.
Yeah. Me trusting America with the rhetoric what they give on people in the Middle East and Saddam Hussein, and me trust them with what they say.
Look at Qatar. That Israel bombed Doha, but bombed a residential area in Doha to get at Hamas. But that's an American ally.
And America didn't know.
And American found out late, just as it was about to happen. They were now warning the Qataris. So according to media reports, let me put that and say according to media reports. But it still left the Qataris bewildered because you're an ally.
Yeah.
So when because I'm just saying, learn the lesson of how dependable they have been under this current administration. But even with Europe, and who is the biggest ally to the United States? It will get bigger than Europe.
And they're promising after the fact that, well, it won't happen again. Oh, please.
Very quick, very curious. But we invite people, and today's your day to talk.
Exactly. So we will shut up.
Talk is the less.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying anything else.
Let's talk.
So let's take your calls at 2811315. And we have a caller here already.
As a matter of fact, the poll today is should Richard Wendell and Sir Charles just shut up. You also. That's the poll today.
That's just a fact.
Yeah. And I tried getting her to respect us, but she didn't answer it. I'll try her back again. Hello, good morning to you,
Sir Charles. Some people still blocking you, Sir Charles.
You know it's not to block me. But they realize. Anyhow, caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Well, you can't invite people to talk and then go into
just talk now. Just talk now.
This is the producer. You talk between these kind of things.
Go ahead, producer. Go ahead, producer.
Right, all the older people.
Nice. No, I appreciate all your banter. Don't worry about that. I just mama guy. Anyway, gentlemen, I want to condemn the TTPS, and I want to suggest that this officer be charged, because anyone in that field, in the military or paramilitary field, should understand safe handling rules of a firearm. And two things should have caused that police not to lose his life. One, anytime you're handling a firearm, the first thing you have to do is make it safe, which is take out the magazine and take out the round in the chamber. The second safe handling rule of a firearm is always pointed in a safe direction. If he had followed the safe handling rules of a firearm that every organization that deals with firearm has to learn, that officer would have been alive today. So I want to suggest, because this is not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third time we have had these incidents of police killing police. And by now I am starting to wonder if it's a personal vendetta people have against one another in the police service, why police has been killing police in the station. So until they start charging officers for murder, involuntary murder, involuntary manslaughter, some kind of charge need to come out of these things when police shoot police and kill one another. we need to have some accountability. I understand the man may be going through it, or if it's really an accident, he might be going through his mental illness, whatever thing. But consequences need to happen for this kind of unprofessionalism and people losing their life.
Okay.
I'm sure some charge will come out of it if based on what is reported is true. Some charge is going to come out of it. I don't know what charge.
And I think they will put bitter enemies to work together in places like that. If you want a man that don't get along and that sort of thing, I don't believe that. At least I think not.
But it might be in that kind of circumstance the shooting take place. I remember there was a infamous shooting years ago. Some police officer on a bus that was linked to some other thing that she see in her office and kind of thing. You don't remember that? She was on a bus going, coming from the range or going to the range or something. So and there was a shooting. You don't remember that story?
I thought we took it for calls from callers. You forget you need to talk.
No, I was going on the road with where Sir Charles Singh said people don't work with their enemies. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Patrick.
Morning. Mr. Wendell Steele, Mr. Richard Ragubasigan.
Mr. Patrick, so who used to voice those 1962 ads and stuff? We know you were wrong. So.
You know what you're talking about now. I hear you calling my name. I hear you calling my name. I know these other Hanuman Singh and news reporters are different things, but they're a long time ago. But you know, I'm watching some news this week. It's a serious thing to be a leader and people following you blindly. You know, I was talking about yesterday about the war thing in Venezuela right there. And all of them line up to fight. And a lady was telling me she's a supporter of the UNC government, and she said, America, Maduro right. America right to bomb them down. I say, you realize how close we are to that thing we want to go on it? You realize how close we are? So if some misguided bomb or some misguided drone decided to end up in Trinidad, what we could do, girl? She said, that will never happen. I said, you ever hear they say they bomb the wrong building and they blow up the wrong building and what? I said, oh, that'll get real and stop following leaders and have a own head of think. The other thing is the young man that get shoot. The followers he have, the man was very controversial with many issues. Controversial fella. And the time people backing the fella without even understanding what the man was trying to say. So we had to understand as we listening to people and what left, right, and far left, and all that. And then Donald Trump going on all the guy from being a great talk show or some leader or something. Hey, I don't know who we following this is. And when you could have an enemy right in your house and you don't know that's the enemy.
Very true.
So you don't know who is the enemy.
Don't celebrate hatred. And that's what some people are doing with him. They're celebrating hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much, Mr. Patrick.
That's nonsensical. So you're very correct, Mr. Patrick.
I saw a post yesterday from someone of a religious background supporting Charlie Kirk, and saying God will deal with the people who did what they did.
Because men, and I'm talking about mankind generally, are hypocritical and are simply men who are polluted and devious in their own way, no matter which God they praise.
My goodness.
How much blood has been spilled in the name of God and in the name of religion historically. It's just an example of how polluted and silly man is. I don't celebrate hate. I mean, you could be sorry that somebody has lost their life. But but don't celebrate the legacy as if it was something good. It wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. You're crafting the poll, anybody? So what
the poll was sent long time. You're supposed to be typing it up.
It was sent? Or
I don't know. I just
said, what is this?
When they had said it earlier o'clock. When they had said it earlier o'clock.
I think I did. I did suggest.
Yeah, in his rant against the Honorable Colm Imber, I think Wendell crafted some poll that aligned with the baggage he took. Did I say it right, Wendell?
All right, okay, no problem. Caller, good morning to you.
I try to get the light.
Good morning to you, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell. The weekend has begun, Richard, and people don't forget Falcock show is on this weekend. I can't help it. I just shortcutted it, Falcock, and done the show.
Yeah.
And to use Sir Charles, Sappy Sunday, 2 p.m., and Wendell, Rumbox. But what I call for this, gentlemen, great program as usual. Thank you for having this open forum for us. We could call and talk what we're supposed to talk with full respect. For me, I always say, first thing first, CARICOM. She's supposed to liaise with CARICOM. CARICOM's supposed to be with me side by side with this thing. But remember, they both can leave America and just drop to Trinidad. They'd have to pass through the Caribbean waters. So you're supposed to have CARICOM with your hand in hand. You don't just go bracing just so. 2, our borders is not fully secure. Anybody could run in. Venice done running here already. Maduro probably done high people here already. I keep saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 1990 coup again, or like what they do in Haiti, where they bust up this president, he own people kill him. You understand? And she just come and say, well, all right, you kill them all and this and that. You don't get on like that. You have to remember at the end of the day, when America go back, as you well said, Richard, if God forbid, and I always used to tell people, that is a blessed place. When you see a plane pass, I don't worry about no bomb, but then now I ask myself, no. Because we don't know what Maduro could do. Remember Maduro had the kind of arms Maduro and them have. We don't have that. The kind of military people he have, security. We don't have that. What we have, if something happen, what could Trinidad and Tobago do? Could I say, well, yes, the regiment ready? No, we don't have the kind of guns. Them joke people have more guns than what the police and them have. The kind of rifle, the kind of weapon them have. As they press one shot, and that is it, bullets just will low. You have to be careful about it, not because you have America back in here, but America, you know 100%. The only reason why America, he really had that sea out, ship and thing outside there. Everybody feels there's drugs. No drugs is the oil they want. And if this other man who was supposed to be president was there, he doesn't sell out all our oil already. He don't sell out all our reserves. But gentlemen, again, great program. You'll have a blessed weekend.
I suppose ultimately what you're saying is cockroach have no right in fall party. That's ultimately what you're saying, you know.
Basically, look at how prophetic you play the game.
Right in fall party.
Look at how prophetic you play the game. Again, I play on my life. I have to some story I tell Richard and he formulated it. I formulated it that play again.
He's still taking your calls as Sir Charles is furiously typing up the poll. So
good morning to you.
Hi, good morning to Charles, Wendell, Richard.
Morning, sir.
My concern is, I don't know, Wendell, I don't know, or Richard, or Sir Charles, if you could tell me, do you think this government will access the funds or the money that were granted by the U.S. court in the judgment against do you think the government will pursue that in trying to get the funds? I have a problem with that. And also, the government have something they call a post-carbon press conference. And every time the reporters ask the Prime Minister to be there, they say, well, she is in the cabinet meeting is still going on and things. And there was this moderator who was saying that the Prime Minister is not running. She's accessible because the media have stories that she made comments about what is going on. What I am saying is that the Prime Minister needs to be here so that people can ask the questions and follow up on some of the questions. And they're making all sorts of excuses for the Prime Minister not to be here. And I find this is wrong. The public have a right to hear directly from the Prime Minister in a press conference or a post-care meeting. Today, Parliament convened. There are questions that they would pose to some of the ministers as well as the Prime Minister. And they have this standing order now they're using not to answer these questions. And I find that is wrong. It is wrong, wrong, wrong. I don't know what you guys think.
Okay, thanks very much, Kola.
Thank you, Kola.
Well, I hope they will go after the money.
Well, they don't have a choice. The state has been awarded it, not so. The state they have ordered them to pay, not so.
Yes, and I hope they will move like Columbus.
Been ordered. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have a choice.
Like how they remove Columbus statue when they're quick.
Yeah, swift. that money is how much it is? It's how much? $1 billion?
Almost $1 billion or less over.
No, it's over $1 billion.
$1 billion for what?
But the Piato Airport Matana. You see, I
think it's 138 million US or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But that money
I can't access the stories because I'm using my phone to do the show, unfortunately, so.
But in modern phones, you could have multiple windows open, right? But let's not put on that road.
No, but remember, my phone is my camera too.
Yeah, but you
can come off camera.
You should still be able to go to multiple windows, even though you are still on camera.
Anyhow, while the two of them squabble over what is equipment.
Can you just tell me, don't call people cockroaches, get cussed for that.
Kola, the poll is up, people. You can vote yes or no. Right? Good morning, Zina.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
It's whole morning, don't worry.
Do you agree with Colin Embert with what? Blame for the PNM? No. He's too old. He's not thinking with the people. So, and people need to let them know that when they get there, they're all high and mighty, and many of the times they want to see nobody. So don't come with that and say he too stuck up. So he better don't even go there. They're looking for somebody to blame. They have to blame themselves.
But that is one of your representatives, so you could be bad talking one of your representatives on national TV.
One of my representatives. Listen. Yeah. You think I hear you this morning, you think I'm sleeping all that time about Zina, because Zina belongs to the gang, Sarah gang.
Zina,
yes.
He said you were skipping in the streets all those times. Is that true?
That is what he said. I don't know what he knows about everybody else except himself. Don't forget, you join the gang now. You're a retiree.
Oh, good.
So don't push the button, All right. So the question, the poll is hell no.
Hell no. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
of course, a poll.
Wrong, yes, it has.
Oh gosh.
You put in, but
in.
You miss the P. Oh no, it's not a P. It's
an M.
Do you agree with Colm? God, the poll going. Do you agree with Colm that the last leadership is to blame for the election loss of the PNM? I just find that is an incredulous comment.
Is it really incredulous? Is aren't leaders supposed to take responsibility for losses?
Even if it is true, all right, and he may be correct, but you were part of the leadership. You were part of the leadership. Why are you saying that now?
What are you trying to do? Responsibility, I suppose. Yeah. He's taking responsibility.
Yeah. Maybe he's taking a responsibility.
Maybe he too was talking to them and they wasn't listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they come back, who's the real head man of the PNM?
This morning, also, Charles, you know, anytime people toting me, so I have to identify it.
When we come back, I would like to find who's the real honchos that run in the PNM.
Abode is today the political leader?
All right, okay.
Richard said that.
Richard, Richard, everybody hears and come back.
Richard is Chups.
When they come back now, I will tell you when I come back. Right?
You know what? 7 o'clock news. 7 o'clock news is there.
Guys, please look out for me on backstage when I'm gonna switch off my phone public, right? To check my lessons. All right.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Venezuela's vice president has issued a stern warning to the United States and to the governments of Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana as Washington steps up military activity in the southern Caribbean. Delcy Rodriguez, speaking during the launch of a national defense exercise on September 11th, said, "Take it easy. Do not dare and do not even think about it." She accused the U.S. of pushing plans of aggression and destabilization across the Caribbean. President Nicolas Maduro has also announced food reserves for 101 days, described as the largest in Venezuela's history, and said 90% of the country's consumption now comes from local production. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Vladimir Pedrino Lopez confirmed the deployment of 25,000 troops across 5 states, including Delta Amacuro, which borders Cedros in South Trinidad. The U.S. maintains its warships and troops are targeting narco-terrorism in the region. United States judges have upheld the U.S. $131 million judgment against former Minister Brian Quay-Tong, businessman Steve Ferguson, and Raul Gutierrez Jr. in connection with the Piarco International Airport project. The ruling came after Ferguson appealed, but the judges affirmed that Trinidad and Tobago had proven a domestic injury under Florida's racketeering laws, since much of the conspiracy activity took place in Florida. The court said Florida has a vested interest in punishing and providing remedies for such criminal enterprises. The judgment follows 19 years of litigation, including multiple proceedings and a month-long trial. The trio must now pay more than $131 million plus legal costs, an amount former Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi says, with interest, adds up to over 1.1 billion TT. Diego Martin Northeast MP Colm Imbert has pointed to poor decision-making under the former PNM leadership as a key reason for the party's April 28 election defeat. Speaking at a rally on September 10th, Imbert drew parallels with Kamala Harris's account of internal conflicts in the U.S. Democratic Party, quoting her warning that leadership choices should not be driven by ego or ambition. Imbert said the PNM made stupid mistakes in the 1995, 2010, and 2025 elections, failing to connect with citizens and ignoring consensus from its base. He admitted, "Stick break in our ears. I am not ashamed to say that." Still, he insisted the PNM governs better than any other party and urged new leader Penelope Beckles to focus on stronger communication and connection with the people to ensure victory in future elections. Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago 2025, Dr. Sile Letrin, has stepped down from her title just months before the international competition in Thailand. In a statement released Wednesday, the medical doctor expressed both gratitude and regret, saying ongoing challenges made it impossible for her to continue in good faith. Letrin, who grew up in Canoopia and Diamond Vale, described her win as the fulfillment of a childhood dream. Inspired years ago by Miss Universe 1998 Wendy Fitzwilliam, she thanked the franchise holders, Crowns and Sashes TT, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago for their support, while wishing her successor success in representing the red, white, and black on the global stage. 2 Muslim prison officers have won significant damages in their constitutional claims against a prison regulation that forced them to be clean-shaven. On Thursday, Master Rishma Ramratan awarded over $300,000 in damages to officers Javed Budrim and Sherwing Ramnarine, following a high court ruling earlier this year that the rule breached their religious rights. Budrim, who joined the service in 2014, was awarded $175,000, while Ramnarine, a prisons officer since 2002, received $180,000. Both awards included vindicatory damages. The court also ordered the state to pay their legal costs. The officers, represented by senior counsel Anand Ramlagan, argued they were being punished and even threatened with transfers for refusing to shave. Justice Margaret Muhammad had earlier declared the regulation unconstitutional, noting it was ironic that even inmates were permitted to keep beards for religious reasons. In international news, 3 teenagers are hospitalized after a shooting at Evergreen High School, about 30 miles west of Denver. Police say a student opened fire on 2 of his classmates around 12:30 p.m. Wednesday, before turning the gun on himself. The shooter later died. Shots were fired both inside and outside the building. Authorities say officers arrived within minutes, but did not fire any shots. More than 100 police personnel rushed to the scene. One of the injured teens is now in stable condition, while the others remain critical. Parents gathered anxiously nearby to reunite with their children, and residents sheltered fleeing students. One neighbor, a retired educator, said he and his wife comforted 18 shaken teens who ran to their home. Evergreen High has more than 900 students. The tragedy echoes past violence in Jefferson County, the site of the 1999 Columbine Massacre. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with new Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
I feel it to take a shot of rum. I feel it to drink until I drunk. I feel it to wine on a lady. I feel it to jump like I'm crazy. I feel it to wave me rag up high. Right now I'm feeling like I could fly. The way how I'm feeling up lately, the carnival jump me hit me. Put up in the back, oh gosh, make me put me to one on my head. What up on the ground, oh Lord, this zombie go kill me dead. Stick me with that pin in me back. Have me whining, whining, whining. Fire on the ground from the sun. Make me jump and have me waving. The only time I get in the feeling is when I start beating the punching. Oh, oi, oh Lord, oh, oi, eh, eh. And anytime I get in this attack is when I have a woman backing up. Pull up, what up, pull up, what up, what up. I feel it to take a shot of rum. I feel it to drink until I drunk. I feel it to wine on a lady. I feel it to jump like I'm crazy. I feel it to wave me rag up high. Right now I'm feeling like I could fly. The way how I'm feeling up lately, the carnival jump me hit me. What in my head like a tap, it had me falling down. But out in the air like a shot, jump me all over town. Drunk and disorderly, that's what they calling me. Bacchanal I'm taking those. Carnival jump me
Sunshine. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
Yes, it is the Net Radio Breakfast Show. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, oh my gosh, you missed the first hour already, you know. Yeah, you missed plenty. But you know what? We have a whole lot more for you, all right? Of course, this is New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond. And we're also coming to you on Gael Caribbean. Gotta say good morning to all the Gael people and the Gael family. Thank you very much for being here. Logging on and welcoming us into your space. We do appreciate it very much. Of course, people, remember, it is a Friday. We stream all day, every day on newerattradio.com. New Era TT Radio on TuneIn, so you can get us on all your Alexa and Google devices. And we are also on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we want you to go up to those channels, like, subscribe, follow those channels for us, please. And you can also go up to our website at www.newerattradio.com and hit that support button, because we need all the support we can get from you guys. This is what is going to keep us on air. And remember, you can advertise right here with us on New Era TT Radio. Yeah, we're going to take care of your ads. And make sure everybody sees your products, right? So give us a call now, all right? So continue to vote on the poll this morning. Remember, you're voting yes or no, and then put your comments. And we will be back shortly.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Charm Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Devante tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm We do it all.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Inventory Blowout Sale. Get up to 65% off in-store and online. Enjoy massive savings on furniture, appliances, and more. Hurry, this deal won't last. Shop now and save big at Furniture Plus.
You don't need foul to watch Corn. The biggest comedy of 2025 now comes to Cipriani College for 2 nights only, on Saturday the 13th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 14th at 6:30 p.m.
This is the best play ever. I couldn't stop laughing.
Tickets available at usual outlets and at Cipriani College, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily.
This show nearly made me pee myself. It was fantastic.
The best show you will see this year.
You don't need foul to watch Corn.
All right.
All right.
So
we are back. Yeah. After that commercial break and the news, of course, the poll is up. Do you agree with Con Ember that the last executive is to blame for the PNM's election loss? That's our poll this morning. And of course, we'll start taking what the votes are at this point. I was just reminding you that you don't leave out to watch Corn on this weekend. We start tomorrow night at Cipriani College. So we find it at Cipriani College, and tomorrow night at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. Get your tickets early, please. Of course, tickets available at the Cipriani College box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily, and at the usual outlets: K Squared Fashions, West Mall, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall in Chaguanas, Jubilee Rao in Tinnapuna, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza, Champlain Auto Services, which you just saw, and of course, Electronics in Arima. That's where you can get your tickets. Get them early. You can also purchase them online. Check RSRR Productions Theater. You must put the theater after RSRR Productions. And you can check Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok on how to accomplish purchasing tickets online. So looking forward to it. All right, so we're getting straight to our poll results. Wendell, are you ready?
Yes, I'm trying to find where it started. All right, so we start from Apollonius. No, actually, Debbie Mitchell. Debbie Mitchell says, I hope I didn't forget anybody, right? You already remind me if you do. My answer to the poll is yes, and he was also a big part of it. Apollonius says no. Michael Cadet says yes. Derek Billowin says, I agree with Carmen, but it wasn't the only right. So he says yes. Nah, Hilary Zahn, you picked up on that. I didn't think anybody would have. DL says no. Josie Richardson says yes. Marlon Motley says yes. Carlisle Cupid is asking, yes, he offered a reason for the defeat of the PNM. What is wrong with that? Nobody said anything wrong with that. I say no to the poll, says Kenny. You spelled Colm wrong, apparently. You spelled it Colin, Sir Charles. I don't know if that was corrected.
That's not corrected yet. It's COLM.
Yeah.
That's Colin in truth there.
Yeah. You have Colin. Okay. So
yeah, but we know it is.
Yeah, that's all right. But we know it is. Coleman Bird. Finbar Collins says no. Cambridge Analytica, voter suppression. A lot of people offering opinions. I'm just trying to figure out, get the votes though. But it's so much.
Very simple. There's a very simple way to deal with that, Wendell.
It's so
if
much.
If you're making a comment and yes or no is not on the front of it, your vote is invalid.
Okay.
So if you want to make a comment, put your vote in front of your comment.
All right. Good. Ron DeSantis Jr. says yes. Oh boy. Susan Jessup says yes. Lincoln says yes. Michael Mapp says yes. Yes, I remember that comment from Ian Stewart. From Amy Brown, Ian Stewart. Andre Reno says yes. Robert Taylor says no. Truth Set You Free says yes. Casey Senghor or Kazi Senghor says yes. Garfield Hazel says yes. Chris Tusa says yes. Shoma Paul, yes. James Kamau, no. Andre, yes. Diane Payne, yes. Eunice Dublin, yes. Sankofa, yes. Brent Hackshaw, yes. All right.
Is it so far? All right.
Yeah.
So let me go to the people on the WhatsApp. And I have Pauline saying yes. Sean Ram saying yes. Sexy Red says yes. Captain Ron says no. Rockaway says yes. Judith Monk St. George, I don't know what you voted. Frank in Aruka says yes. Junior says yes. He too involved. Brenda in Pinal says yes. He says no. Joseph Clement says yes. Vincent says yes. Susanna, I didn't get your vote. Horatio says yes. Miss Sampson says yes. Bishop Ashton Clark says yes. And that is all I have here for now.
You know what?
Yes? Do you have any?
The last minute
No,
vote?
no. I give you the last one.
All right. So, okay. So, our poll this morning: do you agree with Com Imber that the last executive is to blame for the PNM's election loss? Well, we had 41 people voting on the poll this morning, and of the 41 people voting in the allotted time, 33 of you said yes, the last executive is to blame for the PNM's election loss, that you agree with Com Imber on that statement. 33 of you said yes, and 8 of you said no. So 33 said yes, so the yeas have it this morning, and the poll is now done.
You know what is obvious, and I'm not gonna repeat this after today, unless I'm forced. It's obvious that something went wrong in the leadership of the PNM leading up to that election. It's clear, and I think it became up. And why I'm zeroing in on Com Imber's comment now. If people remember, for almost 8 of those years, 8.5 of those years, when PNM was in power, Com Imber acted as Prime Minister of this country. Every time Dr. Rowley left, Com Imber was the go-to person to act as Prime Minister. I don't know if you all realize that changed in maybe the last year leading up to the election. Maybe before that.
We know, just because we talked about it.
We did. We talked about it. That when he put Stuart Young to act as Prime Minister, it was said it was just before budget presentation. The excuse given was that Com Imber had to be working on the budget. And I said on radio, but Com Imber has been working on the budget all those years because he was Finance Minister all those years and he acted as Prime Minister still. So what is the reason now? That was the beginning of, clearly, Dr. Rowley's move away from Com Imber to Stuart Young. And it probably rubbed Com Imber the wrong way. We don't know. He didn't say anything then. There was no indication then that he was disappointed or whatever. The narrative was that he was working on the budget. But then it happened again. You understand? And again and again and again. And clearly, that is where this comment is coming from. You understand? Because obviously the PNM leadership had issues back then that nobody knew about. We heard hints since the election loss. We have heard comments from Foster Cummins. We have heard comments from Dr. Amy Brown. We've heard comments from all of them. But they said nothing. And that is why the other day when Louis Leasing said what he said, I had to agree with him that you all had a problem with Dr. Rowley, but you said nothing. Now you're coming to blame the man and say this and say that about him. No, you said nothing. I have nothing to say now. You didn't say anything then, I have nothing to say now. Because I had a lot to say then. And guess what? Dr. Rowley started treating me cold, but I didn't care because local government reform was a hoax. I said it. And a lot of people I know went back and told him what I said. You understand? And it is still a damn hoax. And you will never get me to change from saying that unless something happens. So give me a break. All you want to say there and say nothing and then want to say, oh, blame this one and blame that one. That's all your business. All it takes. I want to hear from none of you.
Okay.
Ultimately, I mean, leadership bears the brunt of a win and bears the brunt of a loss.
Yeah.
So it's part of leadership.
But immediately after the loss, Dr. Rowley himself said, I take full responsibility.
Yeah, he did.
He himself said it.
He did.
So what's the point of all this talk now? What are you trying to do now? You the party already in a mess. What are you trying to do now? Turn off more people?
It goes higher than the face that we see. the inner circle. Where's the upper chamber?
Maybe he felt, or maybe he was practically cut off in decision-making process at the time. So that's why he's speaking now and then.
That is my point, Richard. Gosh, you said nothing then. What are you doing now? What are you trying to prove now?
Yeah, well, 2020, retrospection is 2020, but, at the time, you may not have been able to speak. And Dr. Rowley, I mean, with all due respect to him, that does come across as an intimidating figure.
Yes.
He does.
Yes, but he's human like anybody else.
So I don't think there is...
Richard,
I don't think you get the sense, but this is just my perspective. You don't get the sense that people were very frank with him. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he allowed frank and honest discussion, but he does come across as an intimidating figure.
Yes, he always was. Dr. Rowley didn't change when he became Prime Minister. Dr. Rowley was always so.
Right. So, well, Wendell, part of that is if it is that you are an intimidating figure and people feel that it's difficult to speak with you, if that is the case, then it means that you may not take the counsel or dissent of people in your leadership pool. Or they may not feel empowered to tell you. That's part of leadership. People have different leadership styles.
Well,
and there are some leaders in things like that. Even though people know that things are not going right. I mean, you ever see people in a vehicle, Wendell, and the driver going real crazy, driving real hard, and people sit down in the back seat and don't say nothing, and they're frightened, they're shaking. Slow down now. I'm there.
Not me. I learned my lesson with that. I tell all about my experience in Barbados. I watch him and I say, well, what? How this man driving so? And I tell my partner in the back, the man runs straight into the back of a car and my head hit the windscreen. I will never forget that. Not me. Nobody don't drive me, Ask my partners and them, my friends and them. Nobody gets to drive me, so, I am the one driving. Let me drive.
And that's the same thing with the political parties. They have leaders who make the masses believe, we know what we're talking about.
I'm sure that there are people in the UNC right now, in the upper echelons of the party, who could be ministers, who maybe disagree with Kamala Persad-Bissessa's approach to dealing with stuff.
Yes, and they need to say it.
No, but what I'm saying is that's kind of akin to what Charles is saying, except the one difference, Charles, is that in a political vehicle, there is much more to lose in terms of people's self-interest, which I talked about yesterday. If you are a minister and you're getting but roughly $50,000, $60,000 a month, with all of your perks added up, and there is one person that has the power to swipe that away from you in a second, you're not going to necessarily oppose that person just like that. Especially if there is not a culture of discussion or being able to be frank in, I don't know what kind of culture they have.
Yeah, the maximum leader you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's generally how we have functioned since 1962, That's how we have functioned since 1962. Nothing has really changed.
That's
so for a lot of people, the difference with the car is that you have agency in the car with minimal consequences. You can say, stop the car, let me get out and take another car. But in a political car, there are real-time consequences in terms of your financial health. All of that matters to people.
Yeah, and that's the same thing.
When you get, if you get hired as a government minister, such as, you count in that money for that 5 years,
Of course.
And your mind, you count your money and you go in and tiptoe the line. You want to be the best minister ever and be in the best favor with your prime minister, Just like in the PNM. So when Patrick Manning had called that early election and people lost all of that they had counted because of a miscalculation in his part.
Yeah.
He never recovered from that,
Yeah. But when it have some of those people who in that political vehicle who are not what you might call scrunting. They're in very good positions.
You don't know people's pockets, Sir Charles.
I'm assuming that, okay?
You are making assumptions.
I'm assuming.
People's pockets.
So
that is a big misconception people have.
But I give it that. I don't know the pocket, but I assume it from the outside.
But you're assuming wrong. You don't know.
Should be able to say, this thing not going right. And I come in out this
that's how life is work. You don't know people. Money is money.
Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, the very same thing going on happened to Kamala Persad-Bissessa,
Yes.
If she feels like talking tough and saying this is Kamala 2.0 and she will bust head and thing, but stop whoever have intentions. If she feel that will stop them, she better come again, you know. Humans are strange, you know. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
but you two humans, hold on. Because today's people there to talk and they've been calling.
Yeah. Let me just make this point. With all due respect to the Prime Minister, Wendell, she is seasoned in the politics. She's not naive. She understands all that you're saying there. I'm quite sure that she has lasted so long because she understands that.
Yes.
I think you're underestimating her political capabilities.
No, I'm not saying
you're underestimating it.
No, I am saying I am not against what she is trying to do, you know, or how she is trying to run this particular government. But trust me, she have people in our government there that will eventually stab her in her back. You just know it. We know them, we know the players. It's going to happen again. So that's why I say all kudos to her for how she's trying to run her government. But it's going to happen.
All right, so can we go to the lines? We have some people online.
Yes, I might tell you that today.
Yeah, when you could well talk, Lord.
Yeah, Caller, good morning. Thank you very much.
Morning.
Yes, where we getting paid.
Charles.
Yes, sir.
Morning. So Charles, I support Mr. Imbert. The man talking collectively. The man not talking about Mr. Rowley alone. So I can see what I hear when they're and them for that upset for that. At the end of the day,
who upset
in the countries when a party lost, most leader just stand up and take you up. But the man not talking about the leader alone. There's a collective. We talk about it too. Everybody they will catch shortcomings. I support the party and I support what you're saying because you see the disconnect. The party need to be the MPs and them and all the communities need to be dealing with the people and having more interaction. And when they came into government, Dr. Rowley told was more consultation. They needed to do that. All with the unions and them. They needed to consult more. And then the tripartite organization, they needed to enhance that institutions. Business, government, and labor. They're supposed to be sitting down and having discussion and then come up with plans so then everybody could be on board and think with that transition more smoother. So
Paula, can I ask you a question? Were you saying, I'm hearing what you're saying and I'm agreeing with you, but were you saying this then?
Yeah, well, I on the outside, I say that on the outside, I talking to my people and the people who are in communication with, are you saying that they needed to be grounded more and have more interaction? All the you was going around the country with the conversation with the Prime Minister. That was too frequent. You needed to do that more linking. You need to go and Patrick Manning acknowledge that when he lost at that time and he come back and bring sit up and all them things. Have all of them talk about that. Darren Marcel, he say, boy, we wasn't linking with the people, we wasn't on the ground. And he come back and he walked the whole country and try to link back to the people. That was happening. He was pointing and telling the people and inciting the people, and the PNM wasn't content that the communication and the networking was poor.
Okay, thanks very much, caller. Very much.
Ms. Henry, you are so absolutely correct. If there's one thing about the UNC, they would say what they want about Kamala Persad, they would say what they want about the leadership, but guess what? At the end of the day, they're going and vote for that party regardless.
Yeah, but anytime you see they hit a stumbling block, you hear everything coming down to, you know.
No, it's the party that's mash up the party.
Yeah. Good morning.
It's not the people. It's not the people.
Engaging in generalizations, as you usually do when you talk about UNC supporters. There are many UNC supporters, I'm sure, who have been disaffected and went over to the PNM. There were some high-profile ones that did it.
Yeah.
So you're making generalizations when you lump all UNC supporters in one group. That's not true. The evidence doesn't support that assumption.
No, UNC, they go and vote for UNC.
There are some hardcore supporters of the UNC, yes. Just as there's some hardcore supporters of the PNM.
No, the hardcore. Hello. What are you saying?
No matter what, they will vote PNM, and they have some who will
No,
matter
you're
what,
wrong, Richard. No, you're wrong, Richard. Whenever the PNM loses, The PNM loses.
There is a group of loyal supporters that are hardcore to both parties. And then there are some who are loyal who will shift allegiance or not vote.
Richard, election results do not bear you out. You know why? The UNC seats. No, the UNC. Listen to me now. Listen to where I'm going with this now. The UNC have never lost their hardcore seats. Never. Never. The PNM has lost hardcore seats. Whenever the PNM has lost elections, they've lost hardcore seats. Look at the seats PNM lost in this election. Labre and Point 14. PNM, the only time PNM lose those seats was in 1986. They've never lost those seats before. They lost them this time. The PNM loses hardcore seats. The UNC will never lose Oropouche or Naparima or Couva. They will never lose it. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Well, hold 1 minute there, guys, because I've been losing the callers. So let me not lose anymore. Good morning to you. This is your day to talk, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant, good morning.
Yeah, but God, boy. You said taking call out waiting after I will not do tuna and all kind of thing for my wife. I'm still waiting.
Mr. Grant, we are happy to have you. What?
We're just still going.
Mr. Grant, so Mr. Grant, so what is your what is your grouse this morning? What is your grouse this morning? Tell me.
Hey brother, look, I reach your age. I have seen yourself at 80. I see everything with government in this country. You see when they're saying there, right? We never, unless Ramshire and the woman, Amoy Mohammed when she went down in Central for me. But you want to see people don't go against the party? They stay right there. They stay right there. We know on the East-West corridor, they just come and they a man $1 and say you're committee leader, give him $15,000 or $20,000, and he gets some people in a block, and he go on out there. You see fellas like, I call it name, Julia Davy was one of the first candidates who went up for UNC, and she didn't come out. Eh? You are not split in Lavandale. When you have the money get, eh? I know one of them is who killing PNM. Now you have this fella there, Kojo. He get arrested, he gets sentenced, they put him in some school. I think, we just buy we out. You understand? Just buy we out.
Okay, Mr. Grant, thanks much.
Yeah.
Mr. Grant says, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Yeah.
Paul Membert, if I just need to hush. He's MP. He have the experience. He want to help out the party still. Hush. Don't talk about the last leadership. Unless you're saying we are to blame. I was part. Unless you're using that kind of narrative. Hush.
Yeah, he probably needs to do anyhow, let me leave that alone. Hello, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Good morning, Darby.
Good morning.
Bring a nice slice of sweet bread for me Sunday in the place.
Bring a slice of sweet bread for you?
Yeah.
A slice, no problem.
Just a slice. Because you got to sneak it in, Richard, and then there's band.
You get soaked in the rain yesterday.
A little bit.
So, Chad, do you know what happened to me after? I say, but I reached in my car before the shower. But that was not to be. I was sheltering in the grocery for about 20 minutes. You know, after I see the rain drip a little bit, I rushed to the car because it wasn't parked far. So probably one of the bags burst. So when I reached home, I looked to go and cook. I ain't see no meat. I call the grocery and they say, yeah, the meat bag burst and it fall out to the car park, yes?
Oh, God. So you got to go back?
So I say, well, look at shower. I had to do it on food, yes? No meat.
You're going to be a meat go fall out.
Yeah,
Change that.
Hey, first I rushing from the rain.
Yeah, you're so studying to get out of the rain and you realize getting out of your bag.
Anyway.
I don't know why that sounds so rude, you know.
It's nearly 6 months since the elections. PNM lost the election. Nearly 6 months, right? And I mean, it is probably hitting them hard. For me, I believe it's hitting them. They're taking it so hard because of what is the state of the country at the moment. You know, with all these firings and lack of governance, to me, I find the country not really going nowhere. And I didn't hear any prime minister talking and assuring people of anything. We know the situation, the economy bad, yes, but just speak to the people. But we're not hearing her. So she's missing in action. And I think because of that, these PNM supporters and probably the 7 people who always on a platform, every time they have meeting, I find something wrong there. Why is he saying over and over and over? You know, they are only, bringing up, rehashing.
Well, using the faces that people know.
Things, right?
I think that's what they're doing, you know.
Is everybody to blame? The whole party, the upper echelons, and the middle people, and the ones on the ground who all were not speaking to and weren't confiding in, those are the ones who would really drag all in. So don't come and talk now. Is the everybody. But of course, the night of elections, even though Dr. Rowley was not the prime minister, Stuart was standing next to him. At that time, he was the prime minister. He did not even say anything, and Dr. Rowley took responsibility. And I find something was wrong there too. Why should Dr. Rowley take responsibility when Stuart was the prime minister? So that showed that he was really the one in charge at that time. And I know people probably was vexed for that. They give a man a job and he's still pulling his strings. Anyway, this will go on and on and on until local government elections. And after local government elections, they will see really where the PNM stands. If they will retain the 7 or gain more, which I doubt. So,
all right.
Much for that part. My last point is this. Sometimes when I find the media kind of quiet, and there's the mainstream media that is. Now, the Minister of Homeland Security made a comment during the passing out on Monday for the young police officers, the recruits. And he said that those police officers who are not in agreement with the commissioner, it have a letter to write, So is he telling them, by any means necessary, you have to support this commissioner? They know they have to support the commissioner.
Basically, that's what he's saying, yes. In other words, if all you don't support him, resign. Crazy.
That is, you are telling those senior men and junior officers, hey, all you watch. So then he's a politician and the commissioner, which I always thought, you are telling this mom, these officers, you have to support the commissioner of police or else. Or else what? Can he fire them? So wait, you getting your foot into thing now? So you see, when he was on Beyond the Tape, he was saying something different. Now he's in a different position, saying something different. And that is what is getting here. Two-tongue, black, what you call it? White jacket, black jacket. I can't stand that. Yeah, or gays. I know you can change your mind, but don't come out as if that is what you always wanted. So all of this set of stupidness for me is if it was PNM, and as I said, it doesn't matter which party. If it was Fitzgerald Hines, I think Dr. Rowley and all would have thrown him out. From the time you walk back in the office, pack your bags for making that remark. Okay, so you all have a wonderful day today and a good weekend. Yes, Wendell, I'll bring something for you.
Yes, sneaking out a slice of soup ready, sir. All right.
Fitzgerald Hines has been pretty quiet since the election. He hasn't really said anything. I can't remember him saying anything since the election.
He said, he had to defend going by the ministry to pick up some checklist. He come in the car park. I know he was allowed inside.
That was right after the election, basically.
Yeah, that bacchanal. No, but he hasn't said anything against it.
He made a statement on something the other day, but it really didn't gain any traction. After a certain time when you outed, people really don't want to hear you. Yeah. Good morning to you, caller.
Hi guys, morning. Carol here.
Hi, Carol.
Right. So I was looking at what we know as the post-cabinet news conference yesterday, but I learned from whoever the person is that moderated that it is not a post-cabinet news conference, it's a cabinet news conference because it is not post because the cabinet meeting is still going on, it's still ongoing, so it's not post-cabinet. Anyway, at that press conference yesterday, the Minister of Education was giving these figures about which school and which school districts and whatever, the percentages, who's doing well and who's not doing so well and whatever. And something struck me. He gave some numbers for the best performing schools, which he said are the denominational schools. And this was his comment. Whatever the percentage was, excuse me, I can't remember. But he said the denominational schools, including the Muslims, the Presbyterians, and the Hindus. What about the other denominational schools? I don't understand that. Something seems to have gone wrong there. I don't know if anybody else picked it up, but that's the Muslims, Presbyterians, and Hindus doing well. What happened to the other denominational schools? The convents and the St. Mary's and the Fatimas and that kind of thing. And everybody else.
Yeah, the Catholic.
I understand that. Something seems to have gone wrong there.
Okay. I didn't pick up on it.
Thanks very much, Carol.
I didn't hear the conference, so I don't know.
I didn't see
what
the
it said.
conference, so
yeah.
The thing about it is that with Trinidad and Tobago, there are some things that when it is said, there are some people who don't let certain things pass, and there are other groupings that see that as probably as not ready anything too much and just leave it alone. And probably that is why you don't get that kind of pushback, Carol, all the time.
Yeah. All right. All right, today's your call now, man. We're Lincoln. Captain Ron, good morning. I had a nice little conversation with Captain Ron yesterday, Richard. And I told him about your talents, Richard. And, you might be he might be sending for you to come up to Ethiopia soon. So watch out. Listen out for that call from Captain Ron.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, Sir Charles.
Morning, Zeno.
Wendell, you just all your day, all your talk. But here now, it's all your day, all your different and no day. You understand? And I'm going to buffalo you because all you're talking too much.
Richard, cut off that lady.
Here what I want to tell you, Wendell. So you agreeing with how the country running?
I could never agree with how the country running.
Let me come on for the politics a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody hearing anybody quarreling about the price of foodstuffs? You know, when Dr. Rowley was there, I thought Dr. Rowley had a supermarket, or he was in charge of the shop, what you call them, owners association. Because every day people used to quarrel about the price of food and how we can't eat and we're starving and what Dr. Rowley doing about that. And just every day, all of a sudden, since May, I've not heard anybody. I've not heard citizens quarreling about the price of foodstuff. And the price of food has tripled. It ain't doubling, no, it tripled. The price of foodstuffs. So that just gone quiet. Everybody eating now and they're shopping and nobody is starving anymore. You understand? I really, with this country, the people in this country, really amazing me, you know.
They are hypocrites, Dina. That's what they are.
Yes, I can't deal with the hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somewhere on I know social media they were interviewing some woman about the taxes. And well, if Miss Kamala says she go have to put on back property tax, well, what we could do, we go have to pay it, because I don't mind if the country, if that is how she find the country, to be able to run. I said, look, I told you, all you did agree with she it. No taxes, no thing, and everybody quiet now. You understand? And they're agreeing to pay anything she say. That's why you see, I all them who jump up and take the money and ball yellow is the code. Right, all right. All you crying now.
All right. You know, for the people who trying to make an excuse that the UNC now come into power, UNC was a government before, you know. They had 9 years of opposition, and they said when they campaigned, they said they had all the answers. So don't come now with that stupidness about how the government now they're young and they now turn in. No. But I ain't go hold my tongue until after the budget. I want to see what the budget have. They say they will fix a lot of things by when the budget comes. We'll wait and see.
But that whole thing is that people will do and say things like that. It's basically because if somebody supports an administration and there's a change, there is that grace period. They will always give them that unless things drastically head down. They will find that people will not just come out and start to criticize the government that they vote for. That is not going to happen. It's going to take time.
The budget is going to signal where this government going and how they're going to run this place. The budget, and they basically been saying that. Barry Parat has said that. Dave Tanko said that. Let's wait and see what the budget has in store. If they're going to be rehiring a lot of those people who would have lost their jobs, if they're going to start back something to assist them, we're going to wait and see. If they're going to honor the 10% for public servants, we're going to wait and see.
Well, the budget should be, in early October at the very latest, I would want to assume, because the financial year ends on September 30th.
Yeah.
And, no public sector workers get paid earlier in September because of the wrapping up of accounts for September 30th.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
All right, caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I think I want to highlight something this morning that I want to explain on the reader, but it is something that has been bothering me. It has to do with the government at this point in time in respect to the American.
Paul, I don't know why we're not hearing you properly.
I think we are really wrong in a really bad direction.
Yeah, Princess, you're breaking up real bad.
Yeah,
his call if you could change your position or something, it's not coming through too clear.
Yeah, it wasn't coming through clear at all.
Actually, it's like the internet because it's reconnected. So yeah, it's cut off. The internet fell off.
They under the PNM, they say how Dr. Odi want to decimate the unions. The government wanted to decimate, have nothing to do, crash the unions. Well, guess what? They crash themselves now, though. Not a peep out of any of them.
Miss Sampson, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. The problem with Trinidadians, some of them are very lazy. They vote for freeness. So I am not feeling sorry for what Kamala do to them right now. Because as Ms. Zina said, I had to call in already and say how African people don't even have any grocery. Kamala balling rowdy with the food price. The man didn't have no grocery store. Talk to your people.
That's not right.
Most of the people that have grocery is not African. And now everybody quiet. Like what spell she have over them? Nobody ain't saying anything. People suffering, they're not protesting. UNC in Roger, all who was protesting. Rowley must go. Rowley must go. The man going and calling his name. They're suffering now and nobody protesting. Protesting is off the books.
Come in, Miss Sampson. Hold on. It come in.
The country running itself. It's running on us.
Hold on, Miss Sampson. Hold on. You can't get everything one time. Hold on.
Yes, Charles, let me hear you.
I say, hold on, don't worry about it.
When UNC win,
all the press,
everybody win. When UNC win,
all the protesters want hope for you might get it just now. Hold on. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia, front and center. Sorry about the noise. I'm pulling over. Hey, Wendell, good. Kudos is to you, man. Go to the front of the class, because you know what? Couva North, Laventille East, Laventille West, Siparia, whatever. The honorable Prime Minister is from, will never vote against their party. Just like how we in Virginia call ourselves Laventille Central, we call New York Laventille East, and California Laventille West. They will never vote for anything but Democrat. So thanks a lot for that. And Colin, hey, I can kind of see what you're saying, and Wendell, thanks for the insight about because you in the inside, well, not as much, but thanks for the look on that. And we don't have time because I know you guys are about to call it a day. But you said Charlie Kirk, and we could talk next time. That Charlie Kirk said some, and I want to paraphrase. I don't want to misquote you, but he said some, I think, despicable or whatever. Could you give an example of what despicable he said that make you not, listen to his message?
Charlie Kirk?
Yeah,
that's a whole program.
We can do that now, but at least you'll have something straight out, that you'll be able to say. But anyway, hey, look, guys, have a good weekend. We'll talk next time. But well said, Wendell. Thank you.
All right, take care, Ron. Is he playing that music?
No, that must be Richard in the background.
Richard like he's scanting and talking. I can't watch it. He's talking. Are he playing when UNC win, everybody win? Is that what he playing there?
I am not too sure.
When UNC win, everybody win. Hey.
Was that happening magically? Somebody on the phone or something?
Everybody wins.
The child, you're on top of things, boy.
Good boy.
People, we are going for the news and we will be back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Venezuela's vice president has issued a stern warning to the United States and to the governments of Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana as Washington steps up military activity in the southern Caribbean. Delcy Rodriguez, speaking during the launch of a national defense exercise on September 11th, said, "Take it easy. Do not dare and do not even think about it." She accused the U.S. of pushing plans of aggression and destabilization across the Caribbean. President Nicolas Maduro has also announced food reserves for 101 days, described as the largest in Venezuela's history, and said 90% of the country's consumption now comes from local production. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Vladimir Pedrino Lopez confirmed the deployment of 25,000 troops across 5 states including Delta Amacuro, which borders Cedros in South Trinidad. The U.S. maintains its warships and troops are targeting narco-terrorism in the region. United States judges have upheld the U.S. $131 million judgment against former Minister Brian Quay Tong, businessman Steve Ferguson, and Raul Gutierrez Jr. in connection with the Piarco International Airport project. The ruling came after Ferguson appealed, but the judges affirmed that Trinidad and Tobago had proven a domestic injury under Florida's racketeering laws, since much of the conspiracy activity took place in Florida. The court said Florida has a vested interest in punishing and providing remedies for such criminal enterprises. The judgment follows 19 years of litigation, including multiple proceedings and a month-long trial. The trio must now pay more than $131 million plus legal costs, an amount former Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi says, with interest, adds up to over 1.1 billion TT. Diego Martin Northeast MP Colm Imbert has pointed to poor decision-making under the former PNM leadership as a key reason for the party's April 28 election defeat. Speaking at a rally on September 10th, Imbert drew parallels with Kamala Harris's account of internal conflicts in the U.S. Democratic Party, quoting her warning that leadership choices should not be driven by ego or ambition. Imbert said the PNM made stupid mistakes in the 1995, 2010, and 2025 elections, failing to connect with citizens and ignoring consensus from its base. He admitted, "Stick break in our ears. I am not ashamed to say that." Still, he insisted the PNM governs better than any other party and urged new leader Penelope Beckles to focus on stronger communication and connection with the people to ensure victory in future elections. Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago 2025, Dr. Sile Letrin, has stepped down from her title just months before the international competition in Thailand. In a statement released Wednesday, the medical doctor expressed both gratitude and regret, saying ongoing challenges made it impossible for her to continue in good faith. Letrin, who grew up in Canoopia and Diamond Vale, described her win as the fulfillment of a childhood dream, inspired years ago by Miss Universe 1998 Wendy Fitzwilliam. She thanked the franchise holders, Crowns and Sashes TT, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago for their support, while wishing her successor success in representing the red, white, and black on the global stage. 2 Muslim prison officers have won significant damages in their constitutional claims against a prison regulation that forced them to be clean-shaven. On Thursday, Master Reshma Ramratan awarded over $300,000 in damages to officers Javed Boudrim and Sherwin Ramnari, following a high court ruling earlier this year that the rule breached their religious rights. Boudrim, who joined the service in 2014, was awarded $175,000, while Ramnarine, a prisons officer since 2002, received $180,000. Both awards included vindicatory damages. The court also ordered the state to pay their legal costs. The officers, represented by senior counsel Anand Ramlagan, argued they were being punished and even threatened with transfers for refusing to shave. Justice Margaret Muhammad had earlier declared the regulation unconstitutional, noting it was ironic that even inmates were permitted to keep beards for religious reasons. In international news, 3 teenagers are hospitalized after a shooting at Evergreen High School, about 30 miles west of Denver. Police say a student opened fire on 2 of his classmates around 12:30 p.m. Wednesday, before turning the gun on himself. The shooter later died. Shots were fired both inside and outside the building. Authorities say officers arrived within minutes, but did not fire any shots. More than 100 police personnel rushed to the scene. One of the injured teens is now in stable condition, while the others remain critical. Parents gathered anxiously nearby to reunite with their children, and residents sheltered fleeing students. One neighbor, a retired educator, said he and his wife comforted 18 shaken teens who ran to their home. Evergreen High has more than 900 students. The tragedy echoes past violence in Jefferson County, the site of the 1999 Columbine Massacre. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davantry tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair. We do it all.
Pay $1 down on higher purchase plans at Furniture Plus. Enjoy fast approval, low interest rates, and up to 36 months financing. Retirees, self-employed, and permanent employees apply today. Buy now, pay later with Furniture Plus credit plans. Conditions apply.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
You don't default to watch Corn. The biggest comedy of 2025 now comes to Cipriani College for 2 nights only on Saturday the 13th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 14th at 6:30 p.m.
This is the best play ever. I couldn't stop laughing.
Tickets available at usual outlets and at Cipriani College, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily.
This show nearly made me pee myself. It was fantastic.
The best show you will see this year.
You don't leave foul to watch Corn. Of course, we're back, and I'm just reminding you, of course, that theater is on this weekend. You don't leave foul to watch Corn is on at Cipriani College on Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Tickets available at the Cipriani College box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. You can also get tickets at K Squared Fashions, West Mall, K Squared Fashions, Eastgate, K Squared Fashions, Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Jabili Rawe in Tunapuna, Charflair Auto Services, and Tony's Florals at Valpark Shopping Plaza, and of course, Electronics in Arima. You can get tickets there. You can also purchase tickets on RSRR Productions Theater social media pages. You can see how to purchase tickets online. Get your tickets early. You are so looking forward to it. This is a play that will have you laughing from beginning to end. You can go on our social media pages and you'll see the comments from people who have attended in Queen's Hall and at Naparima Bowl, and you will see the amount of comments and people saying, "Oh my God, you should not miss it." And they laugh.
Well, I won't miss it on Sunday, God willing.
So looking forward to this weekend. Cipriani College, always nice to be in East too, and we like Cipriani College. It's very, each theater has its crowd, actually. Each theater has its crowd. People come to, people.
Richard, somebody asking on this chat here, I assume Richard is rich. Of course he is. Yeah, what are you asking?
Rich with what? I mean.
Exactly. He rich. We know he rich with talent. Because Captain Ron want to hire him to, well, not me and I, Richard, I tell you, he ain't paid. But he is impressed by your work so far. So. And I get a free flight.
Okay. Yeah, so
Somebody's actually saying, Richard, also that if they was asking the question if you are being groomed for the next prime minister, they didn't say which party.
Prime Minister Richard.
Yeah.
Richard.
You all you like both. Like they like both.
I'm not even a member of a political party.
Richard, like they like both. They find it in now 1 October 24th buff and then if they want the next one. Yes, Richard has both plenty on this show. You can imagine Richard running this country. Richard and Dr. Oli born the same day, you know. Only forget that.
I know both. I say things with love and respect.
Yeah. Dr. Oli did so too. No, but seriously, Dr. Oli did what he needed to do for this country, kept a firm hand on this country, kept a firm hand on his government. But clearly, down in the end, there something went wrong. Now we realizing that because a lot of people didn't realize it. You understand? But clearly, 102,000 people realized it, and they didn't go and vote
because people were feeling the pinch. We talked about it, Wendell. Every time you go into the grocery, things were going up. People. Remember, they say all politics is local.
Yeah.
So that if it is your standard of living has dropped under an administration. And part of the problem, and I always, and I think I told Dr. Rowley this face, part of the problem is the issue of hope and confidence. For 10 years, basically, the mantra was tighten your belt.
Yes.
For 10 years, you're in charge of the country and you can't fix the problems. You have a decade. People could say whatever about oil and gas and whatever. You put yourself forward to say, I can do the job.
Yeah.
Just like this current administration will have to answer that. You have at least 5 years. You said, I can do the job. So people are going to hold you accountable and say, well, do the job. Make my standard of living better. Make my access to foreign exchange better. Make the hope and confidence that our young people want to feel in the country better and not feel like they have to migrate.
And certainly make the country safer.
All of those things are the intangibles about how people feel, the confidence they have in a country, the confidence you feel in terms of your patriotism, for how you love your country, the hope that you feel that your future is embedded here. And if people are not feeling that from the political directorate, they'll let you know.
Yes. Yep.
And I think they let the PNM know.
They did. And again, as you said, if this government doesn't fix a lot of those issues, and especially with respect to the criminality and crime and how people feel in the country, they're going to suffer the same fate.
Yep.
You understand? They ain't gonna lose their hardcore seats. I'm willing to bet that all now that they will never lose any of the hardcore seats. But they may wake up the 102,000 and swing a few of the votes that
find ways. Like I saw recently, and this was something I'd spoken about. Recently, it has been articulated in media sources that the Dominican Republic is supposed to will become an Amazon hub. Okay?
Yes.
Amazon is going to ship a lot of stuff there and then it will go out to the Caribbean and out to South America. Why the hell Trinidad and Tobago is not that Amazon hub? Why nobody thought about that? And I mentioned that before in a show in a previous situation. Why can't we be an Amazon hub for South America?
Yeah.
And why can't you leverage the amount of Spanish-speaking people that we have in the country now to be included as part of your resource base in courting Latin America? In business and stuff like that. Rather than see them as a burden, see how you can activate them as a positive on your scale.
Yeah.
But do we think that way? No, people send them back. God, they're doing this, they're doing that, that. But they're also positives. And up to now, we can't even integrate young Venezuelan children into our school system.
Where we shipping them
You
back,
don't want to
Richard?
educate them. You don't want to educate them. Shame.
We shipping them
Shame
back?
on the PNM for having that policy, and shame on the UNC for continuing it.
Yeah. Anyway, CPL tonight, Trinidad, Tobago Night Riders will be playing. I think this is, I don't know what type of match is this tonight, but I ain't gonna be watching it anyway. I'm going on line on TV. Yeah, go on.
Right? We're going online today. I thought today's your day to be in Rum Shop until 10.
Yeah, I know, but I ain't going there. I wouldn't be by Rum Box today. I'll be by Woody's.
You're boycotting one Rum Shop today?
Yeah, I'm boycotting Rum Box today. Half of us listen and say, oh, good. I mean, I can't run away from it 2-3 hours as usual on a Friday.
Yeah, look what you know, all the man business.
Who's Woody's?
Eh? I will send you a picture from the place when I went up.
What is Woody's, a restaurant and bar?
Oh, Lord, I will send you a picture. What happened? But stop minding the business. You want to write an next play about it? You want to write an next play? Oi, you want to write a next play about me? Wait until you get the information.
Yeah, what's his name? Woody's, you know.
That name is very disturbing, Sir John.
Yes. Oh, Lord.
You want to write the next play? That way angling for.
Where's the next people in the drive-thru place name again?
You call your wife. That is double palm. What you doing? I'm looking for Woody's. I'm looking for Wood. I mean Woody's.
Oh, no.
I tell all you, Rum Box was supposed to name Liquor Box, you know.
All right, people. Well, I guess that's where we can leave before.
You're running to jazz, Wendell. You're running to jazz.
Yeah.
His halo just came out over his head.
You know that Jesus does not like this conversation.
No, at all. Oh, Lord. Right. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, guys, this week again. Of course, we'll have Edie Stewart as our guest on Monday, God willing. So we will, yes, and over. Folks, have an absolutely wonderful weekend. I'll be at the play on Sunday, God willing. The big cock play. And then be careful on the roads this weekend, right?
Have a fantastic day, whatever you do. The weekend has begun, people, and theaters on this weekend. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Do not miss it at Cipriani College. You have any level of stress, and we all have some level of stress, trust me. This is the biggest stress reliever that you will get ever. And it will leave you stress-free at least for 2 weeks after you come to the show. So you should not miss it, even if it's just for your health. You don't leave out to watch Court this weekend. Looking forward to it. Have a fantastic weekend. Remember to smile and laugh. Don't let nobody hurt up your head. Politics, international things, forget all of that. Don't let anybody hurt up your head. Have a fantastic weekend. Smile and laugh. It's great for your health. No matter what. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So this has been the Breakfast Show. Bright and early on Monday morning.
Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show.